CDC's come out and said it's okay to open up schools. This is the younger aged students, but it's different from the universities because the actual transmission rate amongst people at a university level is different than the transmission rate of a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old.
I mean, I think especially if K through 12 is going back to school, us as university students have the capability to be back in school. You know, we can respect personal boundaries probably a lot better than elementary school students.
So there are differences here, both immunologically and behavior-wise, that make it a different recommendation for these different groups. People in college like to party, and they like to go to bars, and they like to take chances, you know, much less so than a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old. And a 5 and a 6-year-old are not likely to get very sick. They're going to transmit the virus if they get sick, but to a lesser degree than a 20-year-old.
We do have a plan to be back in person in the fall based on the conversations that I've heard from UCLA staff and UCLA Res Life staff and that kind of stuff. And that seems to be the goal.
Well, the consequences of opening too early are that you're spreading disease, you're increasing transmission. Opening too late causes all kinds of psychological problems for international students, all kinds of issues that occur because of the inability to do education the way we've always done it. So, you know, you're walking a tight line between too early and too late, but I think the fall is a very good compromise.
Personally, I would be really excited to be back in the fall. I think it's a risk, but I also think that it's going to be a risk we're going to have to take at some point. You know, there's always this battle of like, you know, doing what university feels is safe versus what is legally allowed.
We have lots of different places that tell us what to do, from CDC to the state of California to the County of Los Angeles to the City of Los Angeles. Are all kind of giving you guidelines of what you can do and what you can't do, and whether you like it or not, you have to follow those.
So I would hope to see definitely smaller class sizes and, you know, masking when people are symptomatic, and then hopefully UCLA will be offering the vaccine to students as well. With the difficulty of having to accommodate less people in one space, I would hope that UCLA is going to be offering more sections of the same classes. That's a huge thing for me and all students, is always finding the classes that we need.
This is an outbreak of neglect. It's an outbreak of psychological problems. It's an outbreak of economic issues. And all those things have to be taken into account. You know, I deal primarily with the public health aspects of this, and that's what I push. And my bias is that that should come first, but not exclusively.
You know, we're all one Bruin family, and, you know, we'll get through this together. And if we need to change things as we go, we will, and adjust as we go.